Hello, everyone, and welcome back for another episode of the Lost Tower of Ambrosia. Oh, I'm hearing myself twice because I have a tab open. That was a treat. So, before we dive into this wonderful tale, we're going to quickly go around the table and introduce ourselves. I will be your GM for the evening. My name is Lucas. My pronouns are he, him. I am one of the GMs of Escaping Carcosa. Lovely little show you should check out. But let's go around this table, and let's start off with Avery.
Sure. Hi, I'm Avery Fisher. I am the host slash producer of the actual play podcast Beyond the Furthest Stars. So, be sure to check us out. I also, sometimes write games. So, you can find my games and stuff at oneuppodcast.com. I'm excited.
Jenny.
Howdy, hey, I am Jenny, co-producer of Game Master Monday, the podcast that plays a new one-shot with a new cast every episode. I also run my own YouTube channel at DatKubi, where I make music on the side. So you can find me in any of those locations to hear some of my shenanigans and what I get up to.
And Eve.
Howdy, I'm Eve, and I am currently playing on Ian's campaign over on Take Your Roll. We're doing a Mouse Ritter. So check that out.
All right, so we are going to be jumping into the Lost Tower of Ambrosia. What's the Lost Tower of Ambrosia, you're asking yourself? Well, this game is set up to be very much constructed mostly on the fly. So what I mean by that is we are going to be rolling up the characters, the departments where they're from, the weapons that they're getting, the situation that we're in, the enemy they're fighting, the location of the enemy. All that stuff is going to be rolled up here on stream. I have to take this information and run with it and send the players off to their hopeful win. Last time we had one agent out of 4 survive, so I'm pretty sure we got this one down. So before we really dive into any of the story, though, let's go ahead and give an opportunity to create these agents. So what I will need from each of our players is I will need you to roll the percentile dice twice, and I will go around the virtual table and ask everyone what it is they got. So we'll go with the same order that we sort of introduced ourselves. Avery, do you want to roll twice?
Twice? Yeah. My first roll was all zeros, so...
Oh!
And my second roll is 20 and 0, so...
All right. So let us find this one here. You had all zeros. For your department, you are from the Office of Mind-Controlled Politicians. So you spend a lot of time basically looking over these mind-controlled politicians, and who knows what you want to do with them, reintegrate them back into the wild. And for your item, what did you roll?
20.
20.
Just a straight 20, yeah.
Ooh. You got a shifting portrait. This changes appearance to depict the deepest fears of those around.
Ooh.
And Jenny.
Alrighty, so I rolled firstly a 13 and then a 54.
13. You are in the division of the captured telekinetic paperclips. Paperclips that have developed the ability of telekinesis, and it was, I imagine, quite difficult capturing these ones.
I just want to read that back. Division of captured telekinetic paperclips?
That's correct, yes.
You start to sound like my brother a little bit with these silly names.
Talk about a paperclip problem.
And what did you roll for your item, sorry?
Oh, sorry, a 54.
54. Ooh, wow, that's fun. You got the Cursed Enchanted Sword. It compels its owner to commit horrific atrocities.
Okay.
I like that. That's fun. I didn't even know that was there. All right, and Eve.
All right, for my department, I got a 94.
Ooh. Let's check it out. All right. You have the division of poltergeist-infused clothing. And for your item?
8.
Okay. So you got a hungry paintbrush. It turns all it paints into grotesque flesh-eating creatures that you do not have control over.
Oh, that can't possibly go wrong immediately.
No, not at all. All right. So what I need is all of you one more time to roll me the percentile dice, and we will determine what's going on with all of you. This will determine the location, the creature you'll be facing, and the situation.
Oh.
All right, Avery, let's see the location. What did you get?
69.
Nice.
Fast food. You're at a fast food restaurant. This can't go poorly.
Hey, my paintbrush might actually come in handy here.
It might work. Jenny.
98.
A 98. Fast food restaurant. An average Caucasian male. This can't go well. And I get to roll one extra thing for this. We'll come back to that in just a moment. Eve, the situation.
96.
96. Huh. Trying to collect everyone's teeth. All right.
Just an average guy trying to collect teeth.
Average Caucasian male, and they do have a power. It is in a restaurant, so let's go ahead. Someone roll me a d6. Anyone?
I got you, fam. That's a 4.
Oh God, it's Cerberus. They are an average Caucasian male with 3 average Caucasian male heads. They're trying to collect everyone's teeth. They have the power of the multi-headed dog that guards the entrance to the underworld. All right, they got way too into Hercules. So, while our players are going to be setting up their stats and whatnot, I'm just going to quickly go over how the basics of this game works. So, in the Lost Tower, there are 4 stats that the players can lean on. They have, as I scroll to them, that's the wrong one. Sorry, everyone, I have way too many documents open. Say it isn't so. All right, so the players have 4 different stats. They have face punching. This involves everything physical, whether you are punching something in the face, lifting something up off of you, or even just, running in a mad dash trying to get somewhere. You got science. That's everything science that you're dealing with. You know what science is. It's the thing that people yell on the internet that it's not real, but it is real and it doesn't care. So, and then you have occultism. Now, this is what isn't science. It's the fun stuff that people go, I'm talking about like rock magic. I'm talking about looking at cards and determining your fate. I'm talking about the stars. Yep, the stars are in on this one. We already know about that. Pretty much all these things, these things that rely more on folklore and magic and whatnot, creatures of the unknown. And then their last stat is cursed items. So, the cursed items is the item that they've been given, as you've heard, all their lovely items that will definitely help them throughout this story. And these items are going to be incredibly powerful, but the problem is the agent can use these cursed items, but if the roll goes poorly, then that item is going to do something pretty rough to them. How the HP works, everyone has a base hit points of 5, and for every point they put into face punching, they get more hit points. What if you put all your points, all 7 points, into face punching? You can do that, but then you start to get reckless. That's the thing about humans. We look at all our points and go, I'm invincible, and then we do all the reckless things. And lastly, there is an ability that these players are given called giving into your cursed item. They can sacrifice something of themselves. This could be their happiest memories, their arm, maybe their sense of taste, like anything like that, their creativity. You could sacrifice something. The greater the sacrifice, the greater the power that you're going to be granted, of course. And yeah, so that's basically how this works. They're going to put those points into those different stats, and these agents are going to be launched off into their mission. So I'm just going to go around really quick. Does everyone have their characters ready?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or do?
Let's go.
All right, let's bring in this intro. Present-day Earth, the LTA stands as the last line of defense against the cursed creations that threaten to overwhelm our world. Trained to the best of your abilities, you, as agents, navigate the bizarre and unpredictable nature of these cursed entities. Recruitment into the agency came through your own harrowing encounter with these inexplicable phenomena, making you both a defender and potentially a victim of the cursed forces that plague our reality. The LTA's mission is clear: protect the planet, halt the encroaching darkness, and prevent the world from being consumed by these otherworldly horrors. In a world where training for such encounters is a challenge, the agency relies on the wisdom of fortune tellers, soothsayers, and precog experts, though often unreliable, to predict where the next attack will strike. As agents, your field work is a delicate dance with the unknown, armed not only with your training, but also with a random cursed item assigned to you. Beware, for lingering too long with a single artifact risks its curse seeping into your very essence, turning you yourself into a cursed entity. Brace yourselves, agents, as you embark on a mission that could very well be your last. Welcome to the Lost Tower of Ambrosia. May you be the force that brings a better tomorrow. Entering into the agency, you all are brought into this briefing room. A very large oval table takes up most of the space, surrounded by chairs, and on one side of the room is a wall that is composed of a large screen. It is displaying images of your mission, along with text lazily floating along certain parts of the screen, describing the casualties and damages they're already facing. Special Agent Kyle of Kyle Corp steps in, adjusting his neon yellow crocheted suit and crocheted cowboy hat and crocheted glasses as he turns towards all of you with a large coffee cup that is currently empty, and he sets it down on the table. Hello, agents. I see you're here or something, and it's important that... Oh, I don't know who any of you are. Introduce yourselves. He slaps his hand down on the table as he turns to all of you, and yes, 100% the cup is crocheted. And this is the opportunity for us to go around the table and have you introduce your characters. So let's reverse this. Oh, wait, no, we were asked to go last. All right, so Avery, why don't you tell me about your agent?
Oh, yes, I am Professor Juniper Bollinger. Been here a long time, and I'm just finally happy to go out on a field mission.
Jenny.
Hi, my name's Paisley, Paisley Board Shorts. I come from the division of captured telekinetic paperclips. I dealt with them mostly with my cool sword. Happy to be here. Looking forward to the cool bonus that I was totally promised by my boss and is totally not going to get skimmed from me. How are you?
I'm always fantastic. Thank you for asking, though. And Eve.
Yeah, behind Paisley, I just hear a very loud and pronounced mouth breathing. I am Dr. Penelope Sneaklebean, PhD of Ectoplasmic Fiber Starch Studies.
Wow, really seems like we got the cream of the crop with this one, says Kyle as he's starting to pour coffee into his crocheted cup. The coffee immediately spills all over the table. Damn! They don't make cups like they used to. Tries to clean a little bit up with his sleeve, but gives up because not the most absorbent of material. Well, to hell with the coffee.
I'll just get a microfiber cloth for that.
I don't believe in those. They're not even real. But before all that, I'll just get an intern to make my coffee. And he slams down a little button on the wall, and the button itself expands, opening up. This weird, strange TV sort of pops out of the wall. Yet send me an intern with and coffee. Thank you. Right.
The intern is also crocheted.
100%. They are now. In walks this poorly crocheted intern. They're weeping blood as they set down this coffee. He looks down at it. You got bits of wool in that. I don't want it. And he slaps it down to the ground. Now, you three. We're dealing with something real weird, a real sicko that's doing something to the populace. They're removing everyone's teeth. Do you all have your teeth?
Last I checked,
most of
they start feeling around.
All right. Well, that's perfect. You can use that to your advantage. Tempt them with your teeth. But anyways, they've taken over a place called Moonburgers, and they're trying to just claim everyone's teeth. They're doing this through a very sick ritual. They're offering everyone a buy one, get two free on a burger, and even though they hear the screams and they see the blood, the people are still going in. We're worried what happens when this strange three-headed, very average Caucasian male acquires enough teeth. Now, do you have any questions?
It sounds like a pretty good bargain.
Get me a burger while you're there. And he slaps a button on the table, and your chairs just go straight up, and you fall through these chutes. As you feel the wind rushing past, you're going down these tubes. They just loop around. It feels like you're going in this forever, and it's just picking up speed. And you land into a ball pit. And you hit all these little plastic balls. They do break your fall as you're just sort of like bringing yourself up to the top of it, and you look over, and there's just a ratty old station wagon kind of puttering along, just sitting there waiting for you.
I think somebody threw up in the ball pit.
Yeah, you got to be really careful with ball pits. Kids like pee in these and throw needles in there. I learned that from my mom and your mom.
Wait, why were you talking to my mom? Why?
Don't worry about
wait.
Okay. And the car speaks up. I'm sorry, but you gotta get out of the ball pit. It's gonna eat you.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Oh my god.
Yeah, okay.
And people do pee in there.
Quick, out of the ball pit.
As you scurry out, you see out pops out of the ball pit this other individual. They look like they're an agent, like a part of their face is burned. So they're quickly trying to claw, and something just slinks them back into the ball pit. And you hear this crunching as all of you get out. Oh, good thing that one got eaten instead of you three, because I think you're the ones I'm supposed to be picking up.
Yeah, let's get in this thing.
Are we going to the burger restaurant?
To Moonburger. I used to love Moonburger.
Yeah.
So they load all of you up into the station wagon as it starts up and moving. It's old. It doesn't have seat belts. What do those do anyways? As the station wagon continues along, it's talking to you. I remember when I used to go to Moonburger. You see, I used to be just a regular person just enjoying working on cars all the time, just eating nothing but sweet burgers from Moonburger. And then my feet started getting the strange rubber like a car tire. And I went to the doctor and I said, look at this. My feet's turning into a tire. And they said, make sure you drink plenty of water and get some rest. Well, I did that. And now I'm a station wagon.
As a woman, I totally understand. I've gone to several doctors, and they told me, it's probably just because, you're a girl and you're hallucinating, but it's fine.
We really gotta figure out this whole doctor thing, because it's not working out. Maybe we go back to the people that have the big bird mask and just hit everyone with a stick.
I'm a doctor.
Oh, can you fix me?
I'm not that kind of doctor.
Are you like a chiropractor?
The station wagon, ever since Penelope got in, has slowly been filling with the smell of boiled cabbage.
Someone rocking the cabbage diet.
No.
Okay. And you hear a boom as you hear someone like yell out in pain. Oh, let's not worry about that. And as you continue down this dark tunnel, there are these shadowy figures that are all in there screaming, calling out for help, begging to have this shadowy existence ended, as it seems to stretch on forever. But eventually, you come out of this tunnel and you enter into this very densely packed downtown region, and a lot of apartment buildings built up around you. There's a few malls that are here and there, but you see, just nestled on the corner of a very busy intersection, there's just this dirty burger shop called Moon Burger. There's even like grease stains on the large sign above the burger shop. This violates probably so many codes, but looking towards the shop itself, you see so many people running, screaming. A lot of them have blood just pouring out of their mouths, teeth clearly gone, and there's a line of people that are still trying to funnel in there. You see a flashing sign: buy one burger for $5.99, get 2 free, fries included.
I do love fries.
That is a really good deal. I am a big fan of fries. Maybe we could split one afterwards.
Hell yeah.
Can you pick me up an oil burger?
Oil burger?
Oh yeah, they sell all sorts of things. And then
I think that's just a regular burger.
The car makes a heaving sound as all of you are ejected, and it speeds away.
Well, now how's that car going to get its burger? It's a shame.
Yeah. I hope he comes back.
Hope he feels better.
Yeah.
I fell on a bottle.
You found your Bible?
I fell in a bottle.
Oh, puddle.
How dare
You
you?
had a Bible on you that you fall on. It's for padding, just in case.
You never know when you're going to need a Bible.
She's very pear-shaped, but like not in that like sexy mom bod kind of way. It's more like just nothing on her is sitting quite right.
Something's gonna happen. I am so curious what Eva's gonna just pull on us. All right, you start hearing more people scream as you hear this incredibly average Caucasian male laughter sounding off, and it's tripled, coming from the burger shop.
That sounds like our guy.
Yeah. This is my first field mission. Do I just poke him with this? And I hold up my cattle prod.
Yes, absolutely. Poke him 1,000,000 times with that.
Oh, 1,000,000? That's a lot.
Exactly 1,000,000. Any less, I don't know what's going to happen. I would just like put my hand on your back.
Oh, okay.
Just being a little shit, really.
I guess I'll start walking towards the line.
All right, so yeah, you walk towards the line. Someone's like, "Hey, you can't cut in front of me. Get to the back of the line right now."
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think we have to wait in line.
It's just proper. You all here for the burgers?
Yeah.
Technically, yeah.
Never had a burger
we
before.
were here to talk to the manager.
Oh, yeah, that's what I live for, Tell you the truth, I'm not even here for a burger. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to order one, but I'm going to ask for one that they don't have. Then I'm going to throw a fit. Just a real fit. And I'm just going to cause a scene. I'm going to throw some of the ketchup onto the ground and step on it. And I'm going to tell them that they're discriminating against me because I'm throwing a fit. And then I'm going to ask for $50.
Oh, that should go viral.
It works every time. I'm pretty famous.
Well, since you're so famous, do you think that would not work this time because people would know what you're up to?
Oh my God. You're not saying that I'm feeling the effects of my fame.
I don't want to take this the wrong way, buddy, but between you and me, I've never heard of you.
Sorry, one moment.
I feel like I smell fire.
There's a potential smell of fire in my region. Just give me a moment. I don't want to burn down.
No, certainly not.
Do you smell it? I tried opening the window.
That's scary.
Yeah. We'll be right back after this brief moment from our sponsors.
When you said that, an ad literally popped up on
fire.
Twitch.
Oh.
Good timing. At least it did for me. I don't know if it did for any of our viewers at home. And now it's gone.
man.
Oh, Jacoby, I'm gonna pet my dog before we wait.
I'm going to describe what Penelope Stinklebean looks like, then.
Oh, yeah.
please do.
Yeah.
Just learning that I need to seal up my house better. Someone's having fire.
Oh, someone's having a fire.
I was worried it was a fire that we were having in our home. So, right, back
Glue
to
all
here.
your windows shut.
I gotta do that thing where you put like the saran wrap over the windows for winter, and then you use the blowgun. Hair dryer.
Hairdryer. There you go. Yeah.
Two very different things. So yes, you were there here with person in line A.
That's their name.
You know, my mother used to always say, person in line A. You have to be careful. You're gonna fly too close to the sun with your fame. I was only a child, but I was an internet famous child. You see, they would take videos of me sleeping. They never put those on the internet, though, so how was I famous? I don't know, it doesn't really matter. But what I'm saying, though, is I'm gonna get in there, and I'm gonna get past my fame, and I'm gonna throw a fit like you've never seen. And they just start pushing people out of the way. Excuse me,
my
I
God.
need to speak to the manager. And they're gone.
That's our in. We gotta follow.
Yeah, go.
We gotta follow that person.
Go,
I
go.
once
Yeah, yeah.
got internet famous for slipping on dog poop.
The sorrow that is this character. Well, all of you are going. I need you to roll me just a good old-fashioned face punch check if something's about to happen.
Okay. And that's with a D12?
Bad
Yep,
at
you'll add
boss.
roll a d12 and then add whatever you have.
I have tragically long arms, but no flesh on them. They're skinny.
Yeah.
A total of 16 for me, Chief.
Oh,
Professor Juniper is a very tiny person, very diminutive. They rolled a 4.
and Dr. Penelope Stinklebean, that I believe is a mad creation in a lab. What did you get?
Rolled 11.
11. All right, so we have a fun system set up for our rolling. It is as follows. 1 to 6 doesn't go as planned. 7 to 9, not so bad. 10 plus flawless. Now you're thinking to yourself, but Lucas, that only really works when you're rolling 2d6. That sounds a little bit unfair. That's the point. Yeah. It's meant to have a higher failure rate for the players so we can see stuff go on, because everyone loves a good failed roll. Now, the two of you are pushing forward as like you're trying to follow after person in line A, who is just like shoving other people out of the way, but something happens. Professor Juniper, you're starting to walk along with everyone, and like you said, you're a little diminutive as you're trying to keep up and dodge, duck, dive, and weave, and you hear something. Vroom, Vroom. You think first, oh, is the station wagon back? As you turn off to the side, and this car just comes barreling out of nowhere. When you all look towards it, the inside is completely filled with plants. There are vines that are poking out of the windows. There are vines that are around the steering wheel, and the car just drives forward. And Professor Juniper, you hit onto there, rolling over the top of the car, hitting down to the other side, taking 2 points of harm.
Oh no.
And the car smashes into a wall as the smoke starts coming out of the front. A number of people are run over by this car, and the door pops open, and you see people hopping out of the car that are just maybe 25, 30 centimeters tall. Okay, it's a number of inches. Think of it like, I don't know, like half a Subway sub. There you go. That's a measurement that the world knows. Half a Subway sub tall. As they jump out of this car. And you see that they look like they're little green people. They have their hairs made out of leaves. They have little spears and knives as they're all just like crawling out of there. We must destroy the moon!
Help. I've been run over by the Lollipop Guild.
What would you all like to do?
Oh shit! My tragic backstory involves the Lollipop Guild. I gotta help.
So you pull out, when you have this sword on your side, and it starts whispering to you, we could just kill everyone here. If everyone was dead, you technically would have no one to save, and then you would be successful because no one would be lost.
You know, you're right, magical talking sword. But I think we have more important things to deal with right now than killing everybody.
I don't understand.
Me neither. Let's go.
All right, so yeah, you see all these tiny little plant people are rushing out of the car. Some of them are headed back to Professor Juniper, and others are starting to like stab at people in the line. And people are getting stabbed and like, oh my god! They're screaming. They're trying to get out of the way, but they're all still kind of trying to keep their place in line. So it's confusion. They're kicking at these little half a Subway sub tall people. It's just like kicking them away. One of them looks like they might be actually like a Subway sub that has been transformed by plants. You don't know. Subway,
Well,
if you ever want a sponsorship, you can hit us up, battleof7dice@gmail.com.
I must succumb to my bloodlust, and I must start killing half a Subway tall sub Lollipop Guild members.
All right, fantastic. Are you using your sword?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Do you want to roll for that cursed item?
Yes. Explain to me how that works again. Is it just a D12 again?
Yeah, it'll be just like all your other rolls. You can give in if you want to sacrifice parts of yourself to your item off the hop. That is really up to you.
Is it 2? Oh dear.
So you draw this sword, and this black blade shines in the light as you hold it aloft. You feel this power thrumming through you. It is just pure bliss when it enters into your hands. You swing at one of the little ones. They just get cleaved in two as they scream. Little green blood is shooting everywhere. You turn towards another one, you stab, you skewer it. It was the sub. And then you fling it off into there, and you're just starting to feel so good, and you're laughing, and this person gets in your way, and you stab them right through the chest, and you rip the blade out of them and kick them down onto the ground. As you're all watching, very quickly, Paisley Board Shorts is being controlled by the sword at the moment.
Yeah, Dr. Penelope Stinklebean's just standing there with her Capri Sun, and she's already got it down to the drag, so she's just making that very loud slurping sound.
just has a soda somehow.
Then she takes out one of her weapons. It's a laser pointer.
Mm.
And she like leans down towards one of the little plant people and like kind of like points at it to examine it.
Would you like to make me an occult check?
Well, sapient plant fibers make excellent base sources for poltergeist infusion and clothing. That's my whole job.
I can't
That's a-
see. So you're just like pointing this laser pointer in their eyes.
That's a 2.
Nice. So you start pointing this laser pointer. They're like, I can't see. Stop it! And they stab this spear right through your hand as you drop the laser pointer. You're taking a point of harm as there's this little green
Ow.
spear through your hand.
Yeah, Professor Juniper, having slightly recovered from being hit by a vehicle, kinda, will stand up and just be like, "Oh, I guess we're doing this," and will pull out their cattle prod that they packed for their first field mission, and just starts poking away at these little fellas.
Yeah, why don't you roll for some face punching? As you're just hitting them with this cattle prod. They're screaming at you, "Moon believer!" as they're rushing forward.
Oh, that's not bad. That's a 10.
All right, that's flawless. You just start electrocuting the ever living hell out of these little plant people. You like zap them and they just go flying as you just like bzz, 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 and they're all coming near you. You're kind of leaning on the car a bit because you did just get hit by a car, but you are successfully just fending them off, no problem, clearing a whole path. You do see over to the side, Paisley is also clearing a different kind of path, a more human cleared path. But yeah, it looks like the doorway is open, and you can see person in line A is going up there, and you now see with the doors open, pushed open and not closed, there is an individual behind the counter. They are average Caucasian male height. They look to be of an average build. They are wearing a white dress shirt with some beige slacks. It is covered in blood. They have their normal head that they were born with, along with 2 others that have sprouted out of the sides. They are all smiling maniacally. Coming out of where you would expect one to have teeth. It's different. They're all arms, with little hands, holding different sorts of tools, some holding coins, some holding a little piece of lettuce, but out of each of their mouths are tons of arms with little hands that are all reaching forward, and people are rushing up there going, "I'd like a burger," and they put their money down, and then they start like grabbing onto them and just ripping a person apart, like just removing parts of them to get at the teeth, as they're screaming out, but still pushing their debit card forward, trying to pay for the burger.
But why? Why would you pay for that?
It's because you have to pay for the burger, someone yells as they get stabbed through by board shorts.
Here.
Well, Professor Juniper is gonna make their way into the building, I suppose.
Yeah, so you're making your way there. Finally, you've killed enough people that the sword is satisfied for now. As you feel it sort of like clang to the ground, you are filled to the brim with just like this state of euphoria as you clean off the blade and put it in your sheath, and you do not see any more of these little green people, so you must have done a great job. You kind of have these rose-colored glasses on right now, though, that the sword is granting you to kind of keep your sanity in check, and you don't really see all the dead people around you.
It's literally just a pair of rose-colored glasses that I sometimes wear.
Yeah. Granted by
Like,
the
you know what?
agency.
You know what, cursed giant golden sword? We did good today.
I believe so. So many lives saved.
So many. Let's go get a burger, yeah?
I would love to. I don't even know what that is.
Do you eat? Can you eat?
No way.
I could
Terrifying.
eat.
So
It's my bestie, giant golden cursed sword.
it's just pure black blade that you have.
Oh, is it? Oh, my bad.
No, it's fine. You can see it as golden because you're cursed by it. So You have it.
I'm wearing rose-colored glasses. So as you know, if you wear pink glasses, you see black as gold. Duh.
Yeah.
Everyone knows.
Classic. All right, so you three march into this place. There are a few wet floor signs that are set up for all the blood all over the ground and like the bodies that are being piled up. Some of the bodies are being carried along. You see that there are these little balls of like just arms mixed together, and it's almost like a ball of rubber bands, but it's just arms. And they're scuttling forward on a number of arms. They have little arms there, and they're just like picking up parts of the body and bringing them back to go make more burgers. And so they got plenty of fresh supply. They're bringing them back there, and more people are still rushing forward. But you see something. He doesn't have any of the teeth around him. He's just eating them. He takes this handful of teeth, throws them in. The little arms catch them where his teeth should be, and they just bring them in there. And you hear the gulp. No mastication is happening here. And the teeth are going into the person. And as this happens, there's just this state of pure bliss as he spits out another gob of these little arms that start linking together. Welcome to the Lost Tower of Ambrosia.
Dr. Penelope Sninklebean is standing right next to Professor Juniper, way too close, way in their personal space. Don't you ever step the floors are slick?
Oh,
And she
yeah.
points to the very obvious wet floor signs.
Oh, thank you for looking out for me. I really appreciate that. Oh, so much blood. Oh, I don't think I like field work anymore.
You get used to it.
You see off to the side, there's a little dollhouse that's sitting on one of the tables. And somebody didn't put away their tray.
How dare they? Truly.
Oh, it's just the worst.
The scum of the earth truly is someone who doesn't put away their trays. I'm just like cleaning off my sword.
There's a part of like a person's ears on your sword as you just flick it off. And
Oh, that's new.
I got a blood stain on my shirt. Points to her lab coat, which is also sporting a big chili stain and a mustard stain and some green stuff. You don't know what that is. Maybe relish.
one of the little arm balls crawls forward towards you and holds up a Tide to Go pen.
Oh, thank you.
It is just simply a Tide to Go pen. It looks
This
like
stuff
Jenny's favorite.
actually works remarkably well with most fabrics. Always forget to put one in my pocket. Oh, we
Oh, no.
lost Jenny.
Which means the squares are soon to be madness. But that's fine. You can still hear our beautiful voices. Oh, there we go.
I think my internet went out for just a hot second.
All right, the squares should have returned to their natural state. Should be fine in just a moment.
Sorry
There we
about
go.
that, y'all.
Oh, you're fine. No worries. So you all are standing there. You're using this Tide to Go pen to clean parts of your white lab coat. And what would you all like to do as you're just watching more people come in and trying to buy burgers?
Well, the guy who's stealing all the teeth clearly is the problem, so I would, like to approach this gentleman, just sword on shoulder, like, hey, what's going on, pal?
Hello. How are you?
Doing fine. And you?
I am still hungry. Still hungry. I went to the dentist the other day. Moon Dental. And just the funniest thing happened. Just couldn't get enough. Couldn't get enough of those sweet little treats all over the place.
You mean the teeth?
Well, I don't like to call them that. Let's call them chiclets. That's what they call it in hockey, right?
sure. I always thought Chiclets was a brand of gum, but hey, I mean, you do you, man. But sorry to say, but these ain't your teeth. I can fully understand eating your own teeth, but those teeth belong to other people.
Can I have
Yeah.
yours?
No, those are my teeth.
Please?
I mean, he did say please.
No, I don't think you should. Can I use my item on this person?
Yeah.
The show his deepest fear?
So you pull out this large painting and like set it down. He looks towards it, looking at this painting. What'd you get?
Do I add anything to this roll? Or is
If
it
you have a cursed item, any points in that?
Oh, I didn't know we could put points in cursed item.
It is
So
one of your
no.
stats, yes.
That's my misunderstanding. No, it's just a straight 10.
Oh, okay.
So-
It's a success though. So they're looking at it, and they see this barren wasteland. Everyone drinking blended smoothies, soft foods, apple sauces, puddings. They look upon in horror as it is a world that no longer needs teeth. It is just people enjoying their lives. It's basically like Wall-E, when everyone was drinking like pizza smoothies and stuff like that, living their best lives, I might add. And it's just looking upon this, and the two extra heads turn towards this. One of them speaks, "They show us lies. They show us prophecies of lies." And the other one, "I think we should listen to them. They seem very nice. Maybe we can give them extra teeth if they want. Would you like to replace your eyes?"
I love that just one is like the devil on your shoulder and the other is the angel on your shoulder.
Yeah.
I mean, soft food is nice. Smoothies are good.
I've never had one.
Oh, you should try one. I think they have had a Slurpee a smoothie machine back there.
They do. Do you want me to get you one?
No, I think it's covered in blood now.
It's filled with it too.
Oh my.
Hey,
I'd
you gotta
lose
use
some
every
teeth.
part of the human.
I did lose some teeth last year when I ran into a door.
They
Just
come
like
out of
look
nowhere.
back at the doctor. It's like, who hurt you? Truly.
We dreamed of creating the world's most accident-prone person,
And we succeeded.
So,
The beauty of being a klutz.
yeah.
I love it.
the average Caucasian male with three heads walks to the back there, and they start adjusting the Slurpee machine that they have here, and they just like hit the one lever, and you start hearing just the most horrendous screams that are reverberating through this restaurant. The walls themselves scream as they hit it, and just blood, like this slushy blood, is pouring in there, and they stop it. And they twist their three heads around to face all of you, but are still facing bodily away. You did that on purpose. You tried to hurt the Moonburger. Insolent. Well, maybe they didn't mean to hurt the Moonburger. Maybe they're just unintentionally bad people. I don't like the way this is going, but your Slurpee's ready. All of you roll me a face punch.
6.
Well,
Why do
Same.
I keep rolling good on face punch? That's my worst thing. I got a 10.
I got a 6 as well.
6 gang.
So you start tasting, the two of you, Dr. Penelope Stinklebean, you still just taste like the cabbage. Like you probably had like borscht or something. I don't know what it is you're having. You still taste that, but the two of you taste blood as you're feeling around, and where one of your molars are, this little arm grows and touches your tongue, and touches around inside your mouth.
Don't like that. Don't like that very much.
So I don't have a mouth arm.
No, unfortunately. But you two do take one
Dang.
harm. Yes.
Ugh.
This is draining your life force. Oh, wow. Look at... You're starting to see the light. The light of
You know it.
Moonburger.
In retrospect, I shouldn't have drinking this.
Yeah, same. I don't know why I picked it up.
Well, it
I was
was...
gonna say no.
Have you ever wondered why we have places like dental offices?
Uh,
Well, no,
No.
but I'm sure you're going to tell us.
Well, see, we didn't always have teeth. No, teeth were a recent design. And then we used the mind-influencing devices we have around the planet to convince people that teeth were always there. We identify people by teeth. But really, teeth are caps that they've placed inside our mouths to stop our other parts of us from growing and being free. I'm just trying to free everyone from those teeth. And I learned the secret of all of this. Ooh, the Slurpee is good.
Yeah, Dr. Penelope takes another sip.
Still tastes like borscht to you. I don't know.
I think that this could use some horseradish.
Oh, we don't have any horses.
Dang.
But then again, think about it. They always call certain teeth, oh, that's a horse tooth when they pull out a really big one. Horses are known to have large teeth. Also, horses are known to influence politics. Who would change things to force humans to have teeth to cap their arms other than horses?
why would the horses want our teeth capped?
Well, the sparrows definitely didn't do it, so who else would it be?
I don't know.
I had to get my teeth capped because they fell out when I ran into that door.
Once again, this is just Big Dental trying to hold us down. But I'm going to free all of you. All of you. As you see average Caucasian male grabs onto something underneath the counter, lifts it up. It is a large-sized drink. And they open up the terrible plastic lid that always breaks and somehow manages to cut you when you work in the fast food industry, and they pour it along the counter, moving their hands between the ice cubes and unidentifiable soft drink that they've poured out as they begin to create little symbols. What do you all want to do?
Well, there is no problem that I've ever encountered that could not be solved by indeterminate amounts of violence.
Dr. Penelope Stinkleby is gonna go ahead and crack open our Lunchable and get started on that. Because it looks like this guy's about to start eating lunch, so.
Professor Juniper is just gonna look up at Paisley board shorts and just point at the cattle prod, point at the liquid, and kind of tilt their head like, eh? Do I?
Yes.
And I'll shocky stick the liquid.
Yeah, make me a science roll. I feel like this is
Ooh,
this is using your brain
Yeah.
smarts.
I put points in science.
Your head think.
Well, it's not horrible. That's a 6 plus 3, so 9.
Okay, so not so bad. So you take your cattle prod, charge it up, little electricity is bouncing between it. You're still not feeling great from when you got hit by a car. So you're going forward. You put the cattle prod into this liquid, and it just electrocutes the average Caucasian male, and just some of these little arms just explode in their mouth. Blood just spurting out. It spurts on you, and then you try to move away quickly, but you slip on the blood on the ground.
Oh no.
Slippery when wet sign. in your vision.
I told
As
you to watch your step.
We
It's
flash
slippery.
back to Penelope Stinklebean. Watch your step. As you just slip and falling back, and you hit the ground. And I don't know how many of you have fallen and hit like that just rock hard linoleum of fast food. I've done it plenty. But you hit there, the wind leaves your lungs. You just take a single harm as you hit the back of your head on it. But you did definitely explode a number of the little arms in their mouths. Why are you stopping me? I'm freeing you. My phone's charged.
Just like, oh, hey, look at that.
As I use the micro USB, because I could charge my phone too.
I believe so.
Oh, thank you. Can you plug my phone in?
Come here.
Okay.
All right, so just make me a face punch as they try to just grab onto you.
Oh, come on, look, baby. It's a 1.
Oh, nice. So you are going to be taking 2 harm as the remainder of these little hands are all just like rushing forward into your mouth. He does also take your phone and plug it in.
Hey!
Putting it down on the counter, but it rips out a number of your teeth and these little arms just spurt out of your mouth.
How many of these teeth are the fake teeth that she had put in after losing a bunch of teeth when she ran
You know
into
what?
that
Those are the
door?
ones I aimed for. And these
Oh.
arms just pop out of those spots.
Oh, yeah, so they just kind of pop right out.
Yeah. I am showing
Hey.
you the truth.
Those are expensive. I don't have dental insurance.
Get a refund. You can get a refund on anything these days if you yell.
I don't like yelling very much.
Look at that person over there, and he points over, and you see a person in line A stomping furiously on a number of ketchup packets. Still fine, though. They have their phone
got
propped
no
up like
refund
against
yet?
sugar, and it's recording them.
Can I like start like whacking at his 2 other heads with my cool cursed head sword?
100%, yeah. Roll that cursed item.
All right.
Or you know what? If you want to not really just use it like a regular sword, you can just the face punch if you want.
That's what I'm gonna go for. I'm just gonna use it like a regular sword because after that little feast that
It
cool
is
cursed sword
satisfying,
has, it's
yeah.
probably fine. So we'll do that as a face punch, and that is a 9.
So you lift your blade and you slam it down, and it cleaves right into one of the heads. It was the kind head. Oh no.
Oh no!
Should have went for the other one, but it was closer to you. You didn't want to like elbow Penelope out of the way because
Yeah, it'd just be rude.
she probably
Yeah,
would
it's
trip.
fine.
Let's face it.
I don't want to be a bad person. I just don't want to hurt, anybody else.
And you couldn't step on. Let me remember the names. Scroll up to the top of my document.
Professor Juniper.
Professor Juniper, you didn't want to step on her. So you bring this sword down, it slams right into the center of their head as they start to twitch and convulse. The other 2 heads are screaming an average Caucasian male scream from both of their mouths. Oh! Ow! Son of a bitch! As they're just yelling out. Just very average swears of someone in pain. And
Ouchie.
the blade is halfway into this head as it starts twisting, and you start feeling rattling throughout this building, looking around to each side of the place. You see the doors slam shut to the Moonburger, and all the windows, the glass start shifting and changing, showing you a different world.
Oh, cool.
A world where the dead roam. Because who would be the gate guardian of the underworld but an average Caucasian male with 2 extra heads? As you stab through one of the heads, ripping the blade off, kicking the person back. It's an impressive, straight kick as you hit them back towards the slurping machine. The head just hangs kind of useless as the other 2 heads are screaming in pain. You sort of just flick the blade as the blood just flicks off, but the doors are now locked.
My, that's an issue.
Dr. Penelope Stinklebean shrieks out in pain. Ow! Because she tried to eat one of her ham and cheese crackers, the awful cracker things that you get in Lunchables. She tries to eat one of them, but she's missing a couple of teeth and it hurts.
All the words ham, cheese, and cracker are all in different quotations, signifying they are not these things. And Professor Juniper, while you're lying on the ground, kind of lifting yourself up, you see there's that little dollhouse. And you see all of you inside the dollhouse. But your cattle prod is missing. But you see it in the dollhouse.
Oh, I don't like that. And they start like patting themselves to try and find something else that they can use to maybe find or to fight this thing. And pulls out their military grade flashlight. That has to be heavy, right?
Oh, it is, yeah.
Yeah. And I think at this point, Professor Juniper's anxiety has taken over, and they are going to throw this flashlight at like the window of this establishment.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Try and get out.
What would you like to roll for this, just to see the consequences of your actions?
I mean, in reality, it's probably face punch.
I'd be also okay with the occult one, as you are dealing with the underworld.
Sure, okay. Occultism, yeah. That gives me a better shot of not...
I lost my flashlight.
Oh, God. 4 plus 3, 7.
So you take out this flashlight and you whip it at the window, hoping to see outside, maybe even the station wagon to hop in there and get the hell out of here. And it smashes through the window. But you don't see the densely packed downtown. Instead, you see there are these just emaciated corpses that are dragging their bodies towards the Moonburger, placing their hands on the bits of broken window, the glass slashing through parts of their decaying flesh as they're trying to pull themselves weakly in.
Oh no, please don't do that. That's going to cut you. Oh no.
It's real bad. It's cutting them real bad. They're having a hard time getting in.
It would seem that we have been transported to the underworld.
Yes.
Man,
No.
This is because you're all non-believers. This is because you hate things like lunar eclipses and a full moon. The romanticism of a full moon, you hate it. I feel it in all of you.
I hate the moon. I just don't like going outside.
None of us said that. You made assumptions based on faulty data.
Well, that's what I do. That was my job. The other one was supposed to make assumptions based on correct information.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
That tracks.
And I just kind of believe whatever people online tell me.
Oh, you use Reddit too. I understand.
Yeah. So they get up as like they're touching at like the other head that's just been cleaved in half, and it's just sort of dangling off their shoulders, and they reach inside as they sort of wince and they pull out some of this brain matter from this open head. I didn't want to have to do this, but you twisted my arm. And they take...
No, I actually cut off your head. That's fine.
They take the brain matter and they start pushing it into their eyes. Oh, it burns! This doesn't feel right.
Why are you doing it then? What's wrong with you?
Because I read about it online.
Fucking, you gotta stop going to r/brain juices.
As they finish doing this, the bits of brain fall onto the ground. I feel it. I feel the alpha neutrons that are coursing through my body.
I think that might just be pink eye.
I feel that too. But,
I had pink eye last month.
And the arms, where their teeth should be, those that remain, start to grow and you hear the snapping and expanding of this person's jaw. Not breaking, expanding. This person's jaw just keeps getting larger and larger, their mouth growing. Their head, though, the rest of it, the same. Their body, the same. But the jaw just keeps growing and expanding as the arms get larger and just lift up and dangle the little average Caucasian male body from the mouth, as there are these giant beefy arms that just start slamming fists down onto the ground and are moving towards all of you at a rapid rate.
Don't like that.
Wow. My, what
Nope.
big teeth you have.
That's a thing I gotta kill. Yeah.
You all did this to yourselves. It's because you all selected I don't want free burgers.
I want free burgers.
I don't believe you.
No, they
Believe what you want. But I still want a free
explicitly
burger.
said that I wanted burgers because I thought it was a good deal.
I only work on lies.
All right, well, I don't want a burger then. Have at you.
All right, yeah, whatever you'd like to use.
I'm
well-
relentlessly honest, and it's kind of off-putting.
Let's think outside the box a little bit here. I have some rope in my non-determinate inventory.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give this jaw demon kind of a arm floss. What a fucking sentence that is! And just kind of try to rope in between its arms and try to get into its gums to try to wrangle it like a horse, I suppose. Which
Classic.
are apparently controlling the
Yes.
government.
Yep. All right. What about you two? What are you doing?
Dr. Penelope Stinklebean is getting on her walkie. Hey, Kyle. I don't think this job has anything to do with clothing.
I can't hear you because I don't want to. Are you done?
No, I think you got the wrong person for this.
Okay, well, I'll hang
thought
up then. I'm sorry, you got the wrong number.
That's a closed
Professor-
circuit walkie-talkie.
Can
Professor
you direct
Juniper.
me to the correct number?
Yes. One. And then you just don't hear anything.
Okay, she changes it to channel 1. Hi.
You're listening to smooth jazz for people with ears for their eyes. Now we are playing
I
you
don't have
4D
ears
music.
for my eyes. She turns off the radio. Just
gonna say
stands
in the-
there breathing really loudly out of her mouth.
Okay.
I was gonna say in the background when Kyle asked if we were done, Professor Juniper did yell out, "I am!"
How are you doing, Professor Juniper? You've taken, I think, the most hits
I am-
out of everyone.
I have 2 HP left. I'm not great. I'm on death's door. I think Professor Juniper is gonna kind of see what's happening with Army McMouthface and is gonna maybe pull out these bolt cutters and maybe just see if they will be useful for fighting off this horde of corpses that are coming through the window.
Yeah, I like it.
All
All right. Well, if you're using bolt cutters on corpses, then I would say that would be a face punching. And I guess Penelope Stinklebean, you're standing. You can continue to do so, though something bad's about to happen. And Paisley Boardshorts. So you said you were rushing forward to wrangle this horse. That would also be a face punch.
Right. 14 total. Let's go.
All right. And what did you
And
get?
I rolled an 11, thankfully.
Okay, so you rush forward with these bolt cutters and you just start cutting. And they're so sharp. They are made by Kyle Corp. They're built to last, and you're just cutting through them, and it's horrible. It's not a fun situation. It's just you that. As you're just like cutting through, and you're building up this little mound of corpses in front of the broken window. You do see other corpses are moving to the other windows, pushing on them weakly, and little cracks are starting to form. Meanwhile, we have Paisley Board Shorts. You're just swinging this lasso over your head. You fling it towards one of the arms, like is outstretched, so it goes over the arm, and then right at the base of it, you hit your foot down onto there, and you pull this rope as it just drags it forward towards you, and just this whole body is moving towards you. You have to kind of back up a little bit, but you seem to like have this rope tied around the beast. Penelope Stinklebean, you are standing there, just breathing heavy, trying to turn off your walkie-talkie, but like you can't quite get it. You just keep changing the channel.
Change channels, yeah.
And you just get hit by the body of this large creature as it slams into you, and you go tumbling over some tables, taking a single harm.
Ow.
So
the whole time Professor Juniper is cutting, they are apologizing. They're just like, "I'm so sorry. Please just stop."
Do you mind if I get a burger? And you just cut the arm off of it. Oh! There's one going, "Hey, I used to be your mailman. Do you remember me?" And you just stab the bolt cutters into the head and cut. As you are recognizing way too many of these corpses that are coming up there. So the arms now are going to try to focus on taking the rope and flinging you around as like a reverse lasso is what they're going to attempt. Now, you have a very solid grip. I don't imagine you're letting go. You can determine what you want to do. You have a very good sort of stance where you're near the base of where all these arms are coming out of the extended jaw. Penelope Stinklebean, you do roll over one of the tables and you land into like a booth. So it's comfortable, at the very least, as comfortable as a fast food booth can be.
This is nice pleather. Just gotta take out her paintbrush and paint a little smiley face on the table.
Penelope,
That's graffiti.
Penelope, please roll me to use your cursed item.
Oh, well, that's a 10.
Okay, that's good, because you could have just been eaten by this table immediately.
Oh, I know.
So you're just like, oh, that's a nice little smiley face. But the table, thankfully, is bolted into the ground, so it tries to like lean forward. Its teeth are gnashing at you as you're just sort of painting it.
Now I have a protective barrier.
There you
That
go.
will eat things that come at me.
What would you like to do, Paisley?
What can I really do with this circumstance? Except, of course, use my cool sword to just end the life of Jaw creature.
Okay. Would you like to use the sword's power, or would you just like to swing the sword?
Yes, I think this is an appropriate use of the sword's power.
Oh, this is wonderful. I always love ending the life of things. To save more people, of course. We're always working in goodwill.
Truly, it's a moral correct thing to end the life of bad things.
You should end those other two. I think they're probably going to evade their taxes.
Shh, not right now, magical talking sword. We have other things to deal with. 7.
All right. So you are starting to it starts to swing you around, and you use the momentum. One of the arms lifts up and you cut clean through it as the arm just sort of flies off to the side, wriggling and writhing as it's withering up. And as you're taking a few of these arms, you're cutting them, you're cutting like fingers off of them and whatnot. And you feel this blade. Now it pulled from you, and it took a lot of this energy as it was like killing all the people outside, and now it's taking more from you as you feel just like you see the veins are popping up in your body, and all this is just like moving towards the blade. There's almost like this glowing energy that's moving along your veins, and you'll be taking just 1 harm from this.
Okay.
As you are currently in motion of being swung around. Not Paisley, Juniper.
Yeah.
What would you like to do? You currently
Oh,
are
sorry. I thought you. Yeah.
you currently are dealing with a horde of recognizable corpses that are asking you more and more increasingly personal questions.
Oh no. Oh no. And I'm gonna look back over at the painting that I left kind of leaning up against the countertop.
It's showing
Where-
it's showing you being just ripped apart by all these corpses in the painting at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, that's about right. I'm trying to figure out what giving into that curse would be, except getting torn apart.
If you want to give in to like the curse of your painting, you could sacrifice parts of you to this painting. For instance, someone sacrificed their ability to feel pain, so I controlled how many hit points they actually had left. And they did die pretty fast because they just weren't worrying about it. You can sacrifice. You got limbs. You got 2 eyes if you think about it. In that sense.
I do have two. I have 2 kidneys.
Sense of smell.
Yeah, but Juniper likes the smell of flowers. No, I think Juniper is maybe just gonna get closer to the painting and offer it their anxiety.
Oh, how interesting. Okay. So roll me to use your cursed item. You'll get a +2 for this.
Okay. I don't like this. This is a bad idea. Yep, it was a bad idea. I rolled a big, fat 1. +2 is 3.
You offer this your anxiety. You feel it leave you. You're calm. You're thinking this through. There's no more of these just rapid fire thoughts that are pulling your attention in so many directions. Your heart isn't going a million miles an hour. You're just starting to hit this almost zen-like state. You can still feel fear. You can still feel all of your emotions. Just panic is not one of them. You look down at this, and it's showing you being ripped apart by 2 of these large hands. And you see these hands are coming towards you at this moment. You still have time to move. Still have time to do whatever it is you would like. But you feel this power coming towards you as you're looking down at there. And it's showing you being ripped apart, but then it also shifts and it shows you opening up the grease trap.
Yeah, I do that. I open the grease trap.
So you're going to try to rush past the arms and get to the grease trap?
Yeah.
All right. Roll me a face punch.
Oh God, please. That's a 9 + 1, 10.
You are ducking and diving and weaving. You watch as Paisley is being swung above you and starting to get a little bit of motion sickness. You slide between these 2 arms that are holding up this little tiny average Caucasian male body, and you go towards the grease trap, and you get there, and you're starting to try to pull it up. Meanwhile, the 2 of you, Dr. Penelope Stinklebean, you are just looking down at the table, gnashing its teeth at you, and Paisley, you are starting to get motion sickness from so much swinging.
Shit. Oh dear.
This place is a little high energy for me. She's going to like scoot around the table and get up.
It like chews off a piece of your lab coat as you lean a little too close.
Hey, stop it.
I feel like Dr. Penelope Stinklebean is going to die because they took too long and they got too old.
Say it like she's only in her mid-30s. She looks like she's in her 50s though.
Rapidly approaching 60.
She's got big giant like Coke bottle glasses, and they should make her eyes look straight, but they make her eyes like huge, and they're pointed in like 2
The opposite.
completely wrong directions. Not even opposite directions.
I love
just
Dr.
wrong
Stinklebean.
The chameleon eyes are looking around.
Yeah, no, she stands up and she's just going to start walking to the back. It's just.
So you have to get past the swinging arms and the bladed Paisley. How would you like to
Takes
do
out
that?
her laser pointer and just points out the opposite wall. Says, "Hey, look at that!"
Okay. All right, I guess do a science to distract this thing, the laser pointer.
It's 11.
So it starts like moving towards the laser pointer while swinging Paisley, and Paisley, you feel like the lurching as the direction is changing.
Whoa.
So what would you like to do as you're swinging around?
So I'm holding on for dear life here. I'm gonna throw a flare into the mouth of the beast.
Ooh, I like it.
Ooh, yeah.
So you're going to try to time it and throw in the flare. Nice spicy little jalapeno for this mouth of fun.
Yes. I'm not entirely sure what stat that falls under.
I mean, I get like it could be physics. You're like trying to time this and think of the proper trajectory, but I also think you could technically use face punch because you're just trying to hurl it fast enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I think face punch is more her style. It's a 7 total.
So you light this flare. I guess like what would be you're trying to put the sword away because you're holding on to the rope, and you know if you let go of the rope, you will fly and hit something.
Yes.
So you're holding on the sword, and you go to like reach for the flare, and you accidentally drop your blade as it clatters onto the ground.
Oh, no.
And she says, "What the hell?" As you like clatter it, and then you reach, you pull out this flare, and you light it up as it like blinds you just for a moment, and you hurl it into this mouth, and it just starts screaming as it just starts like flailing around, and it takes like the rope that you have like tied around it, and it shoves the hand into its mouth and like trying to get the flare, and so you are going along for the ride. You're not being it doesn't have any teeth, so it's not crushing you in that regard, but still the pressure of the whole thing going around, you are taking a single point of harm.
Oh, no.
But you are
Good
not.
thing I have a lot of face punch.
Yeah. All right, so you rush over there, Professor Juniper. You make it to this just steel grate that it's not really great, the steel like panel on the floor, and you're trying to lift it up. You see that you have to like twist the little knob there, pull up, but as you're pulling it up, there's so much grease built into this. I'm pulling from real life experience at working at a KFC. There's so much grease built around this that it's like a suction cup. You're just fighting against this. I will need you to make me a face punch roll.
Oh, no. That's a 9.
So
no.
You're pulling. How many hit points you got?
I have 2.
Okay, good. And you finally get it, but the little part of it just like rips right off. Old rusty metal, they never replace these things. But you do pop open this, and you fly back once again, hitting the ground, hitting that same spot in your head. You're seeing stars a little bit as you take a single point. Your body is having a hell of a time. And you're just sort of like pushing yourself back up as you watch as Dr. Penelope Stinklebean is just sort of like waddling towards you, pointing this laser beam to the other side.
Grab the sword! Grab the sword!
Yes.
What sword?
Me right here. I'm on the ground.
Why?
It's for the best, honestly.
Give it to Paisley!
You see
Ow.
Paisley's feet kicking out as she's like pushing herself out of a mouth.
Dr. Penelope Stinklebean picks up the sword, throws it towards
You were gonna throw a sword, of course.
Of course.
All right.
It's a real Gallivant moment.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead? There's just not enough singing. Roll me a face punch as you are throwing a sword.
It's a 2.
You have 1 hit point, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you do. So you pick up this blade.
I'm sorry.
And the arms just react. They turn towards it, and the little head like kicks around the corner.
You're holding the blade of lies. Give it to me. It's mine.
And the arms go reaching towards it, and you're just, as you hurl it. And
It goes an inch.
it stabs into the base of one of the arms right by Paisley, so not into Paisley. It's like you're kicking your legs, and you kind of hear the sword go, careful, I almost cut off your leg. As then the arms come to grab the sword and splat Dr. Penelope Stinklebean as you die, tell us, who was Dr. Penelope Stinklebean? As these hands come, you have your life flashing before your eyes. Give us a little reel.
Yeah. She had what I could only describe as a rather normal and boring childhood. She's very accident prone because she had very bad eyesight. But, she had a loving, if not kind of weird, family. They really were into various cabbage-based meals. Eventually, she got a doctorate in a very obscure and specific science, namely ectoplasmic fiber starch studies. And from there, she finally entered the workforce, where she became that person that nobody liked to be around, even though it had nothing to do with like her being mean or anything. It's like, no, she's nice. It's just she smells a lot like cabbage, and she has no respect for personal space. And she does this weird thing where she breathes out of both her nose and her mouth at the same time.
That's a skill.
Like right in your face. She, like microwaves fish in the microwave, and it's just like so she led a very lonely existence.
She'd microwave fish and cabbage in the fucking microwave in an office. This is truly an evil
just crunching on asparagus, like
Truly.
Not evil, just inconsiderate.
yeah, like she just didn't grasp it. Nobody bothered to tell her, because they didn't want to be mean. At the same time, that didn't help her. Sometimes you just gotta tell people things. But yeah, I think just as like the hands are coming down to squash her, they blow away her glasses. Her awful blonde hair comes undone and blows, and like the impact of the air like actually causes her clothing to drape across her in a flattering manner. Oh dang, she's hot. Doesn't really change anything about her personality, but she's gorgeous. What? Very classic 90s.
Yeah.
Oh, the nerd's actually hot kind of vibe, but nothing about her personality changes. Still be you wouldn't want to share an elevator with her.
So that
She just needed that Princess Diaries makeover. That's what she needed.
And as your glasses fly off, your hair flies out, the clothes change, and the hands slap. We hear this crunch slap as just blood splatters out, destroying this enigma of a doctor. And we go to the two of you. So right now, Paisley, you are sort of trying to push yourself out of the arm mouth, and the blade is right near you.
Well, if the blade is right near me, I think the only logical thing to do, we're gonna Hercules this ish. We're gonna just sword into roof of mouth.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll for it.
Okay. That is a 12 total.
So you stab the roof of this mouth as the you hear this scream echo. It's a very loud, average Caucasian male scream, though. It just like bellows out towards you. The other head is screaming,
How dare you do that? You did that because you hate Moonburger.
as you're just pushing the blade in, kind of creating enough room so you can get your feet under you. And meanwhile, behind you, as this blood is starting to like rain down on you, we have Dr. Juniper. You crawl over to this grease trap, and the grease trap is just like this mound of swirling just grease and fat and all this runoff as these two eyes form in it in this mouth, and it looks up at you. Oh, hey.
Hi. I'm sorry to have to do this, but and pulls out their flare,
Oh, wow.
lights it, and just sticks it into this.
Why would you do this?
Face.
Professor Juniper, this was a wild direction I did not expect you to go in. As you look down at your potential ally and you shove a flare into it. There's so much grease in this place. The grease is in the walls as you just ignite this whole place. And you had one hit point remaining.
I had one.
You had no panic or anxiety about this situation.
No.
You're like, I'm very sure of myself. You shove that in there, and you just get ignited as you roll back, trying to put yourself out, but it's a grease fire, and the floor is greasy, so the floor's lighting. And the walls are starting to light up as the whole area is shaking. The scream of the grease beast sounds out.
The greased.
As you're standing in this mouth paisley board shorts, your body hurts. This sword is stabbed through the roof of the mouth. Blood is pouring down on you. As you're looking around, it looks like the entire restaurant is going up in flames very quickly. As you hear,
What the hell? This is
Well, that's inconvenient.
this is shit.
what would you like
Okay.
to do?
Am I at zero harm now?
You have perished from the
Okay.
fire.
No.
Yep, I think so. Yep.
And we look over and we see this this painting as it's starting to ignite, the painting that Professor Juniper brought in, and it does show Professor Juniper just lit on fire as they're running away from the grease trap.
No. All of my friends are dead. And I barely even knew them for more than 2 hours.
What was Professor Juniper a professor of?
Oh, Professor Juniper really, they got their start in kind of the more esoteric fields of science. You know, first it started with trying to create time travel, and then maybe trying to figure out some form of universal language translator, and then it became mind controlling politicians. And that's really where they really hit their stride and developed mind control. And they found, though, that the more minds that they started to control with their inventions, the more worried they were that someone was going to find out what they were up to. And that worry just built up in them until they became this sort of anxiety-riddled mess that you see now burning before you.
They taught that at a college level? Gracious.
Yeah. Passed a lot of great environmental laws, though, during their time.
Yeah, we tried.
Buddy, what the hell?
All right, so Paisley board shorts, you have a blade inside this arm mouth. You are coated in blood. The building is on fire. The heads are screaming. What would you like to do? This creature is horrifically wounded. You have
Gracious.
noticed when you use the sword's power, it does seem to be affecting the creature more than just swinging at it.
Very curious. I would then like to relinquish my ability to feel sad to the sword
Okay.
so that we can just end this critter's life.
Love it. All right. Roll me use cursed item with a +2.
Okay. Also a 9.
You give this up to this blade, and you are looking down at your companions, and the guilt, the sorrow, all that just sort of fades. It's not a great situation. You understand strategically this is putting you at a disadvantage, but you just don't feel that sadness about it anymore. As you feel this power swell, you feel your muscles are just tensed up as you grip onto the blade, and you move it in this crescent moon shape around you, splitting this mouth open as it falls down. You roll out of the way and stab forward at the average Caucasian male body. What is your current HP?
I am at a 6 out of 9 total.
Okay, so you stab at this body, but when you rolled, you ended up rolling into this grease fire. So you,
Oh, God.
You do have some fire that's like catching on your pant legs, and you are taking 1 harm from that as you cut the body, and like some of the innards are starting to spill out, and now it's like on its last arms, legs. As it's pulling itself towards you, you see the outside is shimmering. This underworld where these mounds of corpses, they're breaking through the windows as they're trying to pull themselves in. You see even on one of these, or I guess 2 of these hands, there are these mouths that are chomping down, trying to eat, because when it splattered Penelope Stinklebean, the brush painted on them. So it's trying to use these last 2 hungry hippo hands towards you as this last-ditch attempt. What would you like to do?
Well, amazing amounts of violence have worked up to this point. Why not continue the bloodshed?
All right.
All right. Ooh, natural 12. This is going to be for face punch. That's a 16 total.
So you rush forward towards this beast. You swing this blade. You feel the teeth chomping down onto parts of you as you are just cutting and cutting and cutting. You are screaming. The fire roars around you. This blood is spraying onto you until eventually there's only one average Caucasian male scream, and then there are none. And the sword feels heavy as you drop it down. You look, and the creature has been defeated. Though in one of your arms, it is been severed at the point where just at the elbow. But
Well, shucks, Buster.
you tie your belt around it, tighten, and walk out as the station wagon just pulls up. Oh, nuts, I love the Moonburger.
Hey, buddy, did you have a good day at school?
Yeah, I learned so much. I learned that I'm never going to get better.
Oh, well, that's a darn shame.
Oh, let's go. Maybe we can get you
Wanna
a
go to Burger
crocheted
Queen?
arm.
Yeah.
Where's the other 2? As it starts just driving away.
Oh, shucks. That's a darn shame. They must have gotten exploded and or eaten.
We look back at the Moonburger, the fire just ravaging this building. People have mostly died in the general vicinity. Paisley Board Shorts had killed a good portion of them. And a few people come by like, oh man, I just heard about the deal online. Inside, the flames are burning. We still see there is a person in line A stomping ketchup with the fires raging. I go, this is going to make such a good video as they just keep stomping and stomping and stomping, consumed by the flames themselves, their desire for fame, ignoring what it is that they needed from life. Love. As we look out and we see this sign, this large moon has been like cut in half, like with a patty and some lettuce and tomato and stuff to make it look like both parts of the moon are the bun. How fun. And the moonlight shines down from overhead onto this Moonburger as it glows, this faint, soft glow, and the sign elevates away from this burning restaurant, disappearing into the sky. Congratulations, you did it!
Yay! I did it.
Quick question.
Yeah.
My field was I was in the division of poltergeist infused clothing.
Yes.
Could Dr. Penelope Stinklebean get bound to her lab coat?
Yes, and that will be researched for many years. They're very much trying to research where the cabbage smell is coming from, for one. Where these stains are coming from. There's no food near it. Just things like
There's
that.
a persistent loud mouth breathing coming from it.
Mm-hmm. So we hit the fun time of this game where you all get to leave some lovely curses for the next group. Let me describe what the previous group had left you all. As we scroll down. So the previous group brought back the little plant people. They were using their knowledge from cursed filing cabinets, which allowed them to be able to take over cars and use cars freely to try to run over people, which happened. The dollhouse keeps appearing, stealing items and things that are important to other people, and the moon itself has become a threat. So, we get to go around to each one of you. Those were given, like, each one of those things by different players. So you can think of something. What would something be fun that you would want to inflict upon the next group? Now, these can be creatures, situations, vibes, whatever you want.
I think we should give person in line A the fame they always wanted, wherein anytime a situation needs talking to a manager or needs talking to someone important, person in line A will absolutely show up and make it go viral and maybe even cancel them on some social media you've never heard of.
I love it. I love it. On like truthcore.com or something.
Yeah. Yeah, person in line A, the person with the most subscribers in peopleinline.net.
Love it. All right. Eve and Avery.
I got one. I think as the Moonburger burnt down, the very hungry table managed to break loose of its moorings and is currently on a rampage.
Love it.
Oh gosh. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Those are all really good ideas.
That's okay. You want something to do with the grease creature that you ignited? Or perhaps the mind-controlled politicians? Something happening from there?
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. With Professor Juniper gone, Professor Juniper invented the mind control device. No one knows how to keep it operational now because Professor Juniper wrote all of their notes in a very cryptic cipher that no one else can decipher. And so as this machine breaks down and the politicians start coming out of their mind control, their behavior just becomes very, very random and erratic. So that maybe they show up thinking that it's a ribbon cutting ceremony at exactly the wrong time. Or they pass a bill that everyone named Bob can only hop on one foot. Silly things like that. The world just devolves into chaos.
I love it as we get closer and closer to the moon. Okay, so these three situations are going to be affecting the next group. Huzzah! Well, thank you all very much for joining me for this game. And if you, dear listener, have been following along and you think, I want to play in this game too, I want an agent to meet a horrific end, well, great news. Head on over to our link tree as I look for it. I will put it in the YouTube description, but I believe it's Linktree, Ballad of the Seven Dice. Why can I never remember how these go? All right, it is linktr.ee/Ballad of the Seven Dice. And at the very top of the list is the casting call for the Lost Tower of Ambrosia. Feel free to sign up. All you need is a camera and a microphone, and you can go ahead and hop on. That'll be going, I believe our last session will be December 19th, so be sure to continue following along But thank you all for joining us for this lovely episode of Lost Tower. We can go around the table. Anything you all want to promote, anywhere to point towards people, to follow you, all that kind of good stuff. You can find us. We are on all the social medias at Battle of the Seven Dice. We don't really use Twitter anymore. It's kind of a hellscape burning fire, kind of like Moonburger, honestly. We do use Blue Sky. We post things to the Facebook page, though I don't really look too often. But if you like that, it's there. And we also are on the TikToks and YouTubes and all that good stuff. I've been posting a bunch of stuff on TikTok lately because it's easy and I'm having fun. So yeah, check out all that good stuff. And I will hand it over to Avery.
Oh, sure. So you can find all of my stuff at oneuppodcast.com. We are just getting into kind of the spooky, scary part of our story arc for our sci-fi game, going into a cannibal-infested space station, so that'll always be fun. And you can always pick up my game. Oh, you can't really see it with the blurred, but my game, Become Death, available on itch.io. So it's very cute. It's very fun. Go check it out. So yeah. And thanks for having me, Lucas.
Of course. Jenny.
Hiya. Once more, I am Jenny, co-producer of Game Master Monday. You can find us on many different social medias, usually Twitter, Blue Sky, and Discord. We have a Discord server now where we are prepping up for a chill little post-Thanksgiving hangout called Wander Home for the Holidays. We'd love to see you. Links are going to be on our Twitter page. And if you like more of me and what I do, you can always check me out on YouTube under the username DatKooby. That's DATKOOBY. I make music. I at least try to put out a new cover once every month. So yeah, either come hang out with Game Master Monday or come listen to me. We have a good time.
Awesome. And Eve.
Hello, I'm Eve. You can find me over at Lawless Vic on the Twitter. That is lawless as in crime, Vic as in victory, as well as Lawless Victory on Blue Sky. I am currently, you can find me over on the Take Your Roll Twitch channel every Monday at 7 Central for at least a few more weeks, where we are playing Mouse Ritter, and I'm playing a simple city mouse out in the big country looking for adventure, who just got turned into a cat mouse. I was very sad about that. Yeah, that's all I got at the moment. Hoping to find some more stuff to get into, but we shall see.
All right. Thank you all for joining us in this lovely time. We will be back on Saturday with another episode of Escaping Carcosa. Join us at 4 p.m. CST, and we will be back next week on Tuesday with the Lost Tower of Ambrosia. Until next time, see you all then. Bye now, everyone.